This is Bishop Craig in Lansing, and this is Take One for the week of October 30th. Peace be with you. So I am feeling a bit unsettled. Some of you know that I spent the early part of last week, most of last week, at Fort Jackson with Chris and Rachel Laughlin, and I was able to attend classes that the military chaplains attend. It was an honor and an inspiration. But I learned some things about what our military folk need to think about that leave me a bit unsettled. We are very fortunate that we have these leaders protecting us and thinking about our safety. I came home to be even more unsettled by the attack on the husband of the Speaker of the House in their own home, and then to have the Michigan State game overshadowed by an assault in the tunnel in Michigan Stadium. And I haven't even got to think about South Korea and Ukraine. Closer to home, the phone calls that I had to return when I came home related to my ministry were about how much people don't like their pastor and how much they really don't like their bishop and how we love our building more than Jesus and people aren't going back to church and our church might close and you, bishop, better do something about that. Wow. I was disgusted for a little while, and then I realized that these are signs of how much we, individually, the church and the world, need Jesus. How much we need Jesus. And if we would only wrap our minds around the fact that rather than saving our church, we have the good news of a Savior of people and the world, our church might turn out okay. So the most important thing I think we can do is to become comfortable and competent sharing the story of Jesus with people who haven't heard it in a while, or with people who have heard a distorted version of the story of Jesus, or for people with whom the story of Jesus is brand new. And so I'm delighted that on November 1st, a new resource called You Are Witnesses of These Things, Sharing the Story of Jesus, is coming out. We produced it in this synod, and it is available on Amazon. And you'll get another video, or you'll have access to another video on Tuesday telling you all about this resource. So I won't do that here, except to say that it would be good for us all to read the book and gather a group of Christian friends or a group in our parish, in our congregation, discuss the book. We will, I think, find hope and joy and be uplifted and become excited because we have good news to share. And in the face of all the miserable stuff, we can say something hopeful and life-giving. So I encourage you to take on that task, to get the book, read the book. If you need an unbiased opinion of the book, I'm excited to say that Pastor Rachel Laughlin has read the book and she can tell you all about it. So, Sunday is All Saints Sunday, and this is some more good news. Usually on All Saints Sunday, we talk about the fact that we're all saints. Well, we are all saints in baptism. We're also all sinners in life. So we're going to talk about being all saints. Let's also talk about that fact that we're all sinners. For Luther, it wasn't an either or, it was a both and. So we are all saints because we have been saved by grace through faith in Jesus Christ. And we are all sinners who really need to be saved. So if you're going to go all saints, do that. Sinners who are saints. I am pleased that the gospel reading is from Luke. It's the Beatitudes from Luke because Luke is really earthy. So where Matthew says, if you will, for example, blessed are the poor in spirit, Luke says, blessed are the poor. So the good news here is that there are saints in this life and in this world. God and Jesus put saints around us. And the Beatitudes from Luke give us some pointers on where to look for these saints. And these are people who I think are sainted because they know in their bones their need of God. And so they turn to God. They depend upon God. They rely upon God. And so they reflect God. So the good news for this All Saints might be that God surrounds us with saints. And the sermon might help people have perspective and a vision to see the saints around them. Put another way, saints are people who know their need of Jesus. So maybe that's the best thing we can do, is to know our need of Jesus, to own our need of Jesus, to rely upon Jesus to save us, to experience Jesus up close in our lives and in our world, and then to share that experience. Then we can be a saint for someone else. I will be spending All Saints at All Saints in Mason, where I get to install Gerald Ferguson as their new pastor. Pastor David Sprang will be spending All Saints at Messiah in Bay City, where for the first time in 28 years, they will be without a called pastor. So kind of the ends of the call process. David will be at the beginning and I will be at the conclusion. And that is the work that we do. The good news, I think, in all of what I've shared is that Jesus is with us, that we indeed do need saving, and Jesus saves us from, political division and from fear of the death of our church and from everything in between, from violence and from everything in between. Jesus saves us. Relying on Jesus will bring us to new life. And sharing that good news will bring that new life now. So have a wonderful All Saints Sunday. Know that there are saints around you eager to share the story of Jesus because they know their need of God. And perhaps muster up your courage and become one of those saints yourself. We've provided a resource to help you do it. And in case you watch this on Monday, happy Halloween. I'm Bishop Craig. Take care. Peace be with you.